Freaks, it's Monday, March 23rd, 2026. Coming up on the program today, the velvety smooth texture and taste of smegma. Plus, I don't know what the hell the Strait of Hormuz is, but I need to stop hearing about it. The otherworldly screams of a gay under arrest, and hospital squatting, because you just can't get enough of the bland meatloaf and Jell-O.
Distorted View Daily proudly presents a hermaphrodite claiming the government is targeting his teeth with satellite laser beams.
And the satellite man is still hitting me in the teeth, in the face. And they're hitting me in the teeth every time I ask my Alexa to do anything. Like turn on lights or turn off lights, the satellite man, or I tell it to pause or something. The satellite man is still hitting me hard in the teeth like they're trying to break my teeth. They've damaged several teeth. I'm not their child. I'm not their property. I'm not their race. I'm not their religion. And they are violating hermaphrodite protection laws, and all these satellite motherfuckers need to go to prison. They have no connection to me, and they are damaging my future. They're damaging my life. And they must state in the courtroom why they think they had any connection to me damaging my face or teeth. No matter what the fuck they think in their brains, they don't have a right touching me or damaging my face or teeth, no matter fucking what. Not with their hands, not with their fucking satellites. My father got murdered from satellite when he had teeth damage and died from teeth abuse and mouth abuse from satellites burning my father's mouth. I'm not going to play your games, government man. They can execute every single fucking one of you people that's ever touched my fucking teeth.
It's Distorted View Daily, sponsored by TV listener and horrible voicemail caller, Unicorn Hamster.
LOL. Laughing out loud.
You gotta see the pussy or the butthole.
I don't have titty milk.
Yes, everybody! Tim Henson back here with you to kick off a new week of shows. I don't want to pat myself on the back for doing something, I'm paid to do, but did you guys notice today's intro? Brand new, never before played. I mean, you may have heard similar videos from Tony Chase, because the satellite man is always targeting his teeth, but I guarantee you, that thing was just posted by Tony a few days ago. Tony Danza. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Tony. Yeah, someone called into the voicemail line and was like, I love the intros, but I've heard them a gazillion times. So freshen that shit up. Message received. 10-4, good buddy. I'm on it. Ting. Listen, hope you all had a great weekend. I sure did. I nerded out and went to Indianapolis for the Indie Vintage Computer and Video Game Expo. Yeah, I'm really leaning into this old dork phase of mine. It was fun. I went with Lord Douche, and Lord Douche has a very keen sense of smell. He hates when I wear cologne. He says he knows when women are on their period. Like, he's like a dog. Smells really bother him. I'm not allowed to eat fish in the house. Occasionally, we don't really go to White Castle too often, but White Castle, I love their fish nibblers, which is like a side of little breaded fish balls. Doesn't sound good when I describe it like that, but they're delightful. Lord Douche has forbidden me from eating that in the house. Anyway, we were a little concerned about going to this expo because, nerds don't have a track record for being where there are video game nerds, BO is sure to follow. Sorry, it's just true. Gotta say, though, we were both very pleasantly surprised. Everyone bathed. The people of Indiana and surrounding areas practice good hygiene, and we had a fun time. It's so funny, though. You'll go, I don't know if you've ever been to one of these things, probably not, but, it's just in a big hotel or conference area, and people set up tables, and they show off their projects and old shit, and then they try to sell you old shit. But some, they're there because they're passionate about what they like, and they want to tell you about it. Sometimes it's, hard to get away from them. You want to be polite, but you're like, I don't really care about whatever the fuck a K Pro 2 is. Like some portable computer that came out in 1982, and they're like, no, you don't understand. This was the first computer made entirely of metal. It only weighed 30 pounds. And you're like, okay, that's cool. 20 minutes later, he's showing you how to program in machine language, and you're like, I don't understand any machine language. I'm not a programmer. I don't care about this. Let me go. There was one guy who had a Super Nintendo, like the Japanese version, the Famicom, Super Famicom, had the Satellaview, which was a satellite modem add-on. It was only really released in Japan, and it was weird because they would broadcast games from the satellite, and you would beam it down to your little satellite Satellaview thing into your Super NES or Famicom. And you could only play those games while the broadcast was going on. Anyway, this guy has spent 8 years, like, not only collecting the Satellaview, but also like the receivers or transmitters, or like, it was a whole thing. And he's like preserved all this stuff and was showing off completed games that were, thought to be lost. It was interesting, actually. The real question I wanted to ask him was, how much money did you spend on this? Because these things are rare, especially like the receiver, like the satellite receivers and shit. And they're all in Japan, so you have to be shipped over and crap like that. But I thought it would be rude to ask about that. How much of your life savings did you waste on this endeavor? How many cancer patients' lives could have been saved? You just would have donated that money to research instead of your stupid hobby. No, like I said, it was fun. The other thing I was thinking about, this has nothing to do with retro games, but more about the news. Sometimes you go through your whole life without hearing a word or a place or a thing, and then it appears in the news, and it's like, how could you not know about this? It's the most important thing ever. The world is going to collapse because of it. I'm specifically talking about the Strait of Hormuz or something. I guess that's where all the oil comes from or is shipped from. I've gone 40 some years of my life never hearing that word. And there's been shit going on in the Middle East for most of my life, right? Wars, like the Iraq War, both of them. There's always shit happening in the Middle East, and it always has to do with oil. I've never heard of the Strait of Hormuz or Hormuz. But now I guess it's being shut down, and that's why gas prices are going crazy. Just like a few years ago, like, I had heard of the Suez Canal, but I didn't realize it was fucking that important. And then back in, 2021, there was that container ship that got stuck, and then nothing got delivered across the world for several months. You know what I mean? What poor planning and design, by the way. I don't know who's to blame. The people running the goddamn canal or the people making these ships. But if a goddamn ship can get wedged in between a canal, the canal needs to get bigger or the ships need to get smaller. Sorry, it's basic geometry or something. Sometimes you got to turn around, and you should be able to do that without getting stuck. I feel like we're not spending our money in the correct places. Let's make the canals wider. Then we can make the ships wider. We can ship more stuff. I can get my iPads delivered to me even faster. We're wasting our money on, like, AI. I don't want AI. I don't need another Chat GPT or Claude. What I need is a less clogged canal. Thank you. Tim Henson for president of the world 2028. I could fix this fucking dumb planet right quick. Just put me in charge of everything. I just feel like there needs to be more redundancy in our shipping routes. That's the big takeaway from the last few years. COVID happened, and it was a big ordeal to get stuff shipped from China. Then the Suez Canal blockage, and now this. When the fuck are we going to get Star Trek-style replicators or transporters or something? That's the technology we need to be putting our money into. Because this is some bullshit. And, by the way, I am such a smug asshole right now because of the whole gas price thing. Oh, yeah, I have an electric vehicle. I don't have a care in the world. Enjoy getting raped at the pump, you stupid sons of bitches. And I can say that because a couple months ago, I was looking like the idiot. And everyone told me, EVs are a dead end. They're dying. All the fucking tax credits are gone. No one's buying electric vehicles anymore. They fucking fell off the cliff. A couple weeks ago, I was reading about how all these car companies are canceling their EVs. Well, it cost me $4 in electricity to fill up my tank. Suck on that. Yes, it's true. When it gets cold outside, I get slightly worse range than a Barbie Power Wheels convertible. But as long as it's over 65 degrees, I'm golden. Ting. All right, enough of me babbling. Before we get into any audio, yes, we have a sponsor today, Rod or Pay. Tell us a little more.
Unicorn Hamster writes, I want a heavily gay, in all caps, episode that would make Pastor Manning uncomfortable, with the audio of gay porn actors talking about his ass being sore and needing a doctor, only to be taken advantage of sexually. Also, please play gay fisting, loud moaning, free side, ASAP, Unicorn Hamster.
It's weird. The way he's using all caps and demanding free side, ASAP, it leads me to believe that he's all horned up and he's looking for gay content to whack off to, which is never something Distorted View Daily should be providing you. The type of gay porn we play is not appealing, or it shouldn't be. There's something very wrong with you if you're jerking off to DV audio. Except, you know, when I'm doing my sexy voice. And what sexy voice is that? This one.
Excuse me, I can't seem to get my little dicklet hard. Can you use the tip of your finger and your thumb to grab around my shaft? Pretend your fingers are chopsticks and my little wiener is a grain of rice. So that's tender. Just jack it for me up and down a little bit, real softly. Not too hard. It's very sensitive. It's so raw from my previous attempts to get my little cocklet hard. Why do I always fail so miserably? Why does my penis forsake me?
That sexy voice is actually just like a higher pitched version of the podcasturbation guy. Yeah. Why can't I ever get my little worthless penis hard when I'm standing in front of a woman? Yeah, I can only fuck couches. You know, I think this might actually fit in well with Unicorn Hamster's request for a very gay episode of the show. There was a new episode of Podcasturbation. I'll play just a few seconds of this. Now, the guy isn't gay, but he can't have sex with women. His dick don't work, so he relies solely on masturbation, I guess.
Be frank with you up front. I find it very sexually arousing to think about you trying to get pussy and not getting any.
See, that's kind of gay too.
Because I went through that period in life too, where I tried to get pussy and I just couldn't get pussy. And other times I got some pussy, but I couldn't do anything with it. I tried to copulate. I tried to mount and penetrate like a real man, and I couldn't get an erection, or I went limp, and I tried to get pussy, but I couldn't.
So now he's given up on the idea of pussy. As much as he loves pussy, in theory, in practice, he can't do anything with it. So again, he's living the life of a chronic masturbator, and he gets aroused thinking of other guys who also have the same problem.
So that became real fetishized with me, that humiliation, that sense of failure, shame, inadequacy. And I masturbate to that regularly. I'm masturbating it.
I like how he turned lemons into lemonade. It's humiliating that anytime he's around pussy, his dick shrivels up, gets sucked up into his pubic puff. And now he's taken that humiliation and he's turned it into a fetish, right? He gets turned on by it.
And I'm masturbating to the idea that you're masturbating, thinking about how you try to get pussy, but you can't get.
I hope the audio is coming through of him jerking off his well-lubed dick. It's like that in the background.
I just want you to know that your pathetic fuck failure is making me masturbate, making me sexually aroused, gratifying myself sexually at your failure.
Yeah, let my fuck failure fuel your masturbation. Glad you're getting something out of that. He says fuck failure a lot, and I've really come to love that term. What a goddamn fuck failure you are. Speaking of failure, if you go to his website, onania.com, or I'm sorry, .org. By the way, that's like an ancient word, right? It means like doing a heinous sin or self-polluting yourself. I guess that's kind of what masturbation is. Anyway, his website is down right now because he's afraid of certain like age verification requirements that I guess are in place for porn websites or something. He's like, the government's going to come after me. So America's foremost fuck failure resource is no longer available, at least for the time being. You know, Unicorn Hamster is desperate for some gay material on this podcast, because that's what Distorted View Daily has been lacking. Anyway, I'm happy to oblige. Somehow I doubt this is what he was looking for, though.
What's up, pigs? What's up, pigs? What's up, pigs? What's up, pigs? Want to see my stinky cock?
Somehow I don't think it matters what we say. Yes or no, he's going to show us his stinky cock.
Yeah. Let's see what we got going here. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, look at all that fucking cheese.
You know, I'm kind of immune to a lot of disgusting things just because over the years we've played so much of it. But man, smegma dick, that one still sends shivers down my spine. Part of it is because, like, okay, you haven't showered in so long. You've accumulated this crust of feta, around the head of your dick. And, these guys are pulling back the foreskin. It's always foreskin is part of the equation because that facilitates the environment needed to grow dick cheese. It's warm and moist and dank. It's like a greenhouse for smegma. You need the foreskin. But sometimes, there's so much cheese accumulation, it's hard to pull the foreskin back. It's become sticky, tacky, or just glued shut. And so, it hurts to pull back the foreskin, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Oh, look at all that fucking cheese.
Also, I'm sorry I have to keep stopping, but I have to just mention that he's not in his house when he's doing this. He's in his car, and it's the middle of the day. I don't know where the hell he's at. Like a parking lot of a Target or a park or something? Man should be arrested.
Oh, it's so fucking dirty. It stinks so fucking good.
And he's in that enclosed space, and that smegma stink is just filling up his entire car.
Fuck yeah.
A psychopath.
Look at this shit. Don't you wish you could share?
Yeah, he put it on his finger, and now
Suck it off my fucking tongue?
He's licking it, yeah.
Yeah?
No.
Fuck.
People with smegma are always just so proud to show it off. Look what I grew.
How about I put it on my nipple and you lick it off? Yeah, right here. Fuck yeah, pig.
You can put it on your tongue, your nipple, a plate of delicious Wagyu beef. I ain't licking it anywhere.
Lick that shit.
No!
Fucking suck that fucking nipple hard. Yeah, look at this fucking dirty dick. Oh, fucking stinks so fucking good.
People ask me all the time, what would it take for you, Tim, to lick feet? You know how I feel about feet. This would be the option. Either suck some toes, shrimp the little piggies, or suck smegma dick. Yeah, I'm going to go with the foot. Dirty foot, clean foot, I don't care at that point. It's better than the smegma. I don't know. I don't want to. It's got to be real tangy, right? I just feel like the texture, more than even the taste, would make me gag. With the smegma, when you touch it with your tongue, has anyone ever sucked smegma dick, either on purpose or by accident? How did that work out for you? When you got to the smegma, did the tongue, the heat and the moisture from your tongue melt the smegma? Did it turn into a goopy, gloopy mess? Did it dissolve? Or was it really crumbly and hard? It might depend on the age of the smegma. The older it is, the longer you haven't washed that dick, the harder it gets, I guess. I don't know. All right, let's move on. Oh, I do have one more smegma clip. Damn it.
Oh, faggots.
Hello.
Hello, you dirty suckers. Ready to smell my cock?
I guess. Let's give it a whirl.
Smell the cheese in my cock? Fuck. Look at this. so nasty, so dirty. Wanna taste? You wanna taste?
I agree with Republicans. We should be locking away homosexuals. This shit should not be legal.
I bet you would. Fuck.
What is wrong with us?
Pretty dirty. Let's taste it.
I like how they always ask, you want to taste my smegma? But then they're like, no, I'm going to taste it. This is for me. Maybe don't lie about why you're growing the dick cheese. You don't want another guy to eat it. You're a greedy little pig. Yeah, he loves it. Yum, yum.
Delicious.
All right, enough smegma content. I do have some more gay stuff for you. Hey, this is what my sponsor wanted. This is a homosexual at an airport getting arrested and being a total dick about it.
Just right over here near the glass, okay?
Thanks.
Do me a favor, let's just move right over here, okay? See that?
I'm totally chill. Like, you go first.
Right over here near the window.
You go first.
Walk over to the window. Walk over to the window.
I don't believe you.
Walk over to the window for me.
What do you mean you don't believe him? He's telling you what to do. You don't really want me to walk over there. Stop being a silly goose. Homosexuals don't walk unless we absolutely have to. We glide. You want me to glide over there? Then ask me to glide.
Literally walk right over there, and it's going to go a lot smoother.
What the fuck is going on?
I'm asking you to move over there.
I don't believe you.
Look, my partner's over here. Just walk.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I will call the cops.
He is the cop.
I am the cops.
I will call your authority.
Hey, let's go.
Okay, so he's drunk, right? He's got to be an inebriated queer. This vacation is not going the way he planned. Yes, it's a 6 a.m. flight, but we'll have mimosas beforehand. We'll pregame this bitch. Start our vacay early. You know, he became like a sloppy gay drunk. I mean, I don't know exactly why the cops have been called over, but there's nothing funnier than an agitated, drunk homosexual. Like, he can't find the right word. What he wants to say probably is supervisor. I demand to speak to your supervisor. But he's like, I demand your authority.
He's touching me. He's touching me.
Yeah, we're done.
Like, if you had any question as to this guy's sexual orientation, that was the moment everything was cleared up. The second the cop merely brushed up against him, the thought of a touch resulted in a, oh, what are you doing?
He's touching me.
Yeah, we're done.
I haven't heard a gay gasp / scream like that since Nathan Lane in the Birdcage.
Help!
And no one is coming to help him. It should be noted, the cops aren't tasing him or choking him. They've simply grabbed onto his wrist and they're pushing him over to the area where, you know, they wanted him to go.
Help! Help me! Help! Help! Help me!
Honestly, this is what I want gay fisting porn to sound like. I'm always going on and on about how gays are just too used to fists in their butt. And so now, like, when I play gay fisting porn clips, it's like, oh, yeah, riding is so good. And it's like, that's not how someone should respond to a whole hand up someone's butt. This is how someone should respond to a fist up the butt.
Help! Help me! Help! Help! Help me!
Now, doesn't that sound more appropriate for fisting?
What the fuck? Oh my god! Help!
Quick!
Help me! I haven't done anything! Help! Help!
The gay then starts kicking, not in a vicious way, more of a chorus line kick. You know, homosexually kicking.
You kick again, I'm going to throw you around, you understand?
Help! He's torturing me! Help!
Torturing. This gay has never been told no in his life. The screaming goes on for a while, but I'll spare you.
Headbutted me.
Help me!
The cops get him outside, and they sit him down on a bench, I guess, while they're getting their car ready for him.
Sit down.
Oh, don't.
Okay.
I will. You kicked me.
Edward Ford.
You do it again. You kicked me. He kicked me. He kicked me. Help!
It's the gay who's doing most of the kicking here. I'm watching him scream, and it seems like it's all performative. Like, he just wants other people to hear him.
Edward Ford, we've got him in cuffs.
He's lying. Help!
Stupid move, dude. Stupid move.
Help me! Help!
Yeah, anytime the cop tries to speak, it's, he starts screaming again.
I haven't done anything wrong. Don't touch my wallet.
You're under arrest for assault.
What?
You kicked me.
Notice how quickly the screaming stops. Ah! Don't touch my wallet. Got my money and condoms in there.
He's hurting me. This is discrimination, and I will file a police report. Help! 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 Help!
Well, good thing they're taking you to the police station. You can file that report of yours.
Discrimination!
Okay, all right.
He's lying! Help! Help!
Pretty much where the video ends. There you go. I think we've had our fill of gay today. Everyone blame Unicorn Hamster for this. And with that, let's get into the crazy, bizarre twist to the fucked up news right now. Hey, would you... Let's try that again. Hey, would you like to sponsor an episode of DV? Listener sponsorships are only $25. Just PayPal me show@distortedview.com. Let me know how you'd like to sponsor the show. If you want me to talk about something, play a specific clip, send a message. Just a fun thing we're doing to, help the show get a tiny bit more cash. I could always use your help in these lean times. So thank you so much to everyone who has sponsored the show and continues to sponsor the show. Again, PayPal show@distortedview.com, $25. Now for the real way this show is able to continue doing what it does. The Sideshow. It's our member site where every week I do exclusive programs just for paying freaks. Tomorrow will be a Sideshow exclusive episode. Sign up right now so you don't miss a thing. Go to distortedview.com. All major credit cards and PayPal accepted. When you sign up, you gain access to a personal podcast feed that you can copy and paste into the podcast app of your choice. Now, if you happen to use Spotify to listen to DV, instead of signing up on our website, you will sign up inside of the app. Just search for Distorted View on Spotify. You'll find a link to sign up for the Sideshow. Once you do, all of the exclusive shows will appear alongside the free episodes in the feed. Same deal with Apple Podcasts, although you're given a choice. You can go through our website and sign up, or you can sign up inside of the Apple Podcast app. Easy peasy on your kneesy. Oh, one final way to help support the show. This is a big one. We've got a Patreon account. Look, this is a very niche podcast. The only way I'm able to continue doing it is because of the great patrons I have, and of course Sideshow members and people sponsoring the program. So thank you so much for helping out the show in a variety of monetary ways. We've been at this since 2000. Well, the show started in 2004. I've been doing this for a living since 2006, and it's all thanks to you guys. So here's to another 22 years. Could you imagine if I'm doing this program? Let's see, I would be 60. I'd be almost 70 years old, I think. 24. If I do this for another 24 years, I'll be 70 years old. Elderly man talking about cum farts. Hey, it's not out of the realm of possibilities. We'll see how things go. 3 very quick stories now. First up, speaking of bodily fluids, I've got a story here from our most fucked up state. Say it with me.
Florida, our most fucked up state. Florida, our most fucked up state. Florida,
A Pensacola, Florida woman is facing 2 felony criminal mischief charges after authorities said she damaged property in 2 Airbnb rentals and then posted videos of the acts online. The question is, where did she post these acts? That would really indicate to me what she was doing with this property. Was she just tearing shit up? That's TikTok. Was she pissing on the furniture and walls? If you can't see her genitalia, that's Instagram. If there was a twat shot, that's OnlyFans, baby. The suspect, Nicolette Coe, 31, was accused of urinating on furniture, I knew it, and household items in the rentals, which were owned by the same host. Police said the investigation began after the host received a message through the Airbnb app alleging that a guest had urinated on items inside of one of the properties. Wait, this doesn't make any sense. So the host, right, the person who owns the property, received a message through Airbnb saying that a guest had urinated on her furniture. Who's giving Airbnb this information? Like who's sending this to her? I don't understand. The host later found a video on an adult content website. Okay, so there was some twat involved in those videos that appeared to show the conduct, according to reports citing the arrest paperwork. Officers said they later found a strong odor of urine inside the residence while documenting the damage. I love that they included that in their report. Authorities said the reported damage totaled more than $5,000 across the two rentals. Various reports listed damaged items, including furniture, rugs. Oh, yeah, it's hard to get that stink out. Bedding, yeah, a television, a typewriter. It's one of those pretentious Airbnb properties. A typewriter as decor. Get out of here. A coffee pot, a record player, and other household goods. One account put the losses at about $3,900 in one unit and $1,300 in the other. The arrest report said the woman filmed herself while repeatedly relieving herself and later uploaded the videos to an adult platform for profit. Pensacola police officer Mike Wood told local outlet WEAR that the case involved a very unusual way of making money that caused damage to someone else's property. It's not that unusual if you're a listener of DV. Piss content is big bucks. Whatever happened to Mr. Piss Air? Now, he's someone who I don't think was able to monetize his love of urine. Maybe the reason why he's not on TikTok anymore is because he's moved over to OnlyFans. Ironically, fans play a big part in Mr. Piss Air's content. That's the air in Mr. Piss Air. Remember, he would set up open piss jugs and then an oscillating fan so the piss fumes would really fill up the entire space. I love this show. All right, Coe was arrested on March 15th and later released on bond, according to published reports. It was not immediately clear whether she had retained an attorney. Airbnb said it removed the guest from the platform and was helping the host seek reimbursement through its air-covered damage protection program. At first I thought, oh my God, they actually have a specific program to help clean the air when someone leaves it stinky, but then I realized, oh, it's air. Air is an Airbnb. Speaking of stinking up the place, second story we have for you today comes from Michigan. 2 school employees in suburban Detroit have been placed on leave after a video appeared to show them fucking on a school bus. Even worse, the school bus was in motion. Worse yet, the school bus was full of children. One small bright spot in this story is even though the school bus driver was getting fucked, she made all the stops. The kids all got home safe. Well, physically safe. Emotionally, they've been traumatized. No, I've lied about most of that. I'm a little stinker. The one thing that is true, though, is that we've got some school employees who were fucking on a school bus. The incident came to light after a bystander recorded footage in the parking lot of a Walmart. It's always Walmart in Chesterfield Township and reported it to the Macomb Intermediate School District. According to the witness, the activity initially appeared to be routine cleaning inside the bus, but you know how that goes. Cleaning turns to cunnilingus. Like, the guy is cleaning her pussy in a way. The movements continued in a way that raised concern. The individual later provided the video to authorities. No students were present at the time of the incident. The 2 employees have been removed from duty pending the outcome of an investigation into potential professional misconduct. School officials said in a statement that they are treating the allegations seriously and emphasized their responsibility to maintain safe environments in all school-related settings. Even though technically, she probably wasn't on the clock, right? There are no kids on the bus. It's still gross to think that sex fluids could be present where children sit and are transported. This bus smells like bleach. The district did not release the identities of the employees, and it remains unclear whether any criminal charges will be filed. The incident has drawn concern from parents in the community, with the witness who recorded the video saying she felt compelled to report what she saw after realizing the nature of the activity. One final story for you now, and we're going to end where we began. in our most fucked up state. Say it with me again, baby.
Florida, our most fucked up state.
One of the strangest things to me is this concept of squatters' rights. Like, I don't get it. Basically, if you find your way into someone's home and you just don't leave for like 48 hours, you've got a claim to that place. You can just sort of like refuse to leave. And the owner, can then evict you, but that takes months. Adding a new twist to all of this, apparently you can just squat in hospitals. Yeah, if you really like your accommodations, your hospital room, if you're just like absolutely in love with hospital cuisine and shitting in bedpans, you can just like not want to leave, just refuse. That's what one Florida hospital is dealing with. The Florida hospital has filed a lawsuit seeking to evict a patient who has remained in her hospital room for more than 5 months after doctors determined she no longer required inpatient care. This is such a foreign concept to me, especially after dealing with, what my mom has gone through in this past year. This poor woman could not lift herself up. She couldn't get out of bed. She was delirious. She thought it was the 1800s. She slept 22 out of 24 hours a day. And every time I visited her, or my siblings visited her, which was like every day, she was like, I'm ready to go. Let's go. Get me the fuck out of here. Meanwhile, this woman has made it her primary residence. She's like, forward all my mail to the hospital. She's like getting decorators to come in and like fix up her place. We're going to paint the walls. Get some appliances in here. Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare said the woman has continued occupying a room since being formally discharged on October 6th of last year, despite repeated efforts to arrange her departure. The hospital, it's kind of like Baby Andy. Baby Andy wants to be in long-term care. He wants people to take care of him, but then he also gets angry when healthcare workers make him do things he doesn't want to do. He's like, look, I'm in the hospital because I want you to wipe my ass, change my diaper, brush up against my penis, whatever. He's a freak. But yeah, he wants to be in long-term care too, I believe. The hospital is asking a state judge to issue an injunction requiring her to leave and to authorize assistance from the county sheriff's office if necessary. In its complaint, the hospital argued that the patient's continued presence has tied up staff time and limited resources. If she doesn't need to be there, she should not be allowed to call staff, nurses. She shouldn't be able to order food from the cafeteria or, whatever. It's also prevented the room from being used, of course, for patients in need of medical treatment. Hospital officials said staff attempted multiple times to coordinate a safe discharge, including working with family members and offering transportation so the patient could obtain necessary identification. They also issued written notice warnings that legal action would follow if she refused to leave, but those efforts were unsuccessful. The lawsuit does not specify the patient's medical condition, I bet you it's like TikTok medical problems. I've got DID. I've got POTS. I'm self-diagnosed Tourette's. All right. No attorney is listed for the patient, who appears to be representing herself, and attempts to reach her have been unsuccessful. An online court hearing is scheduled for later this month. Facilities that receive Medicare funding are required to provide stabilizing treatment to patients with emergency conditions, regardless of their ability to pay. However, once a patient is deemed stable and able to receive care on an outpatient basis, hospitals are permitted to discharge them with appropriate follow-up instructions. Hospital representatives declined to comment further, citing the ongoing litigation. I guess the moral of the story is, if you ever find yourself homeless, you know what you need to do. Throw yourself in front of a car or break your own leg or something, get to a hospital, and then just plant. It's going to take months for them to kick you out, just like any normal eviction process, it seems. Well, there you go. That, my friends, is your distorted news for Monday. Before we get into any voicemails, let's check in with the 4 Harry Cunt line.
You can now text DV anytime. It's the 4 Harry Cunt mobile text line.
4 Harry Cunt! Start texting. 4 Harry Cunt. Send those news. 4 Harry Cunt. 4 Harry Cunt.
All right. Real quick, someone just texted this in. 513 said, Distorted View was a featured podcast on Amazon. So, yeah, kind of a big deal over here. Welcome, everyone who has discovered DV. What a day to find this stupid podcast. Smegma audio. Great. As always, easing new listeners into what DV is all about. Area code 709 has a gem-related thought. I was talking about gem. You know, I misspoke, or I got some wrong information, or the news story that I read was wrong, and I'm so bummed out about it. You know, I said Gem was coming back to wrap up the original cartoon because there's just so many loose ends, right? Well, they kind of are. They're not actually making a cartoon. It's going to be a fucking comic book. Another goddamn Gem comic book. So whatever. Tainted Broth should cover some Gem songs. The theme, maybe the new songs. Fuck the H-A-I hater. He's saying haters, but he made it with AI. Haters. Broth rocks. Well, thank you very much for that. 623 sent in a Mead comment. I guess he left this somewhere in a Discord or maybe a comment on YouTube. Mead said, I played with Ivanka Trump at Trump Towers. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. He met Ivanka at Trump Tower. He was never in Trump Tower. Bullshit. Area code 514 says, hey, Tim, could you please have Tainted Broth do a cover of Hairdresser? That is not a bad idea. Maybe we'll end today's show with that. Area code 715 says, hey, Tim, here is the video of the poop stalker. Oh, yeah, apparently he was on some podcast or show or something. The segment starts at 24 minutes, 40 seconds. All right, let's see what this is all about. You don't know how much this annoys me. This video has 2.6 million views. I discovered Bob, right? Where are my 2.6 million views? What am I doing wrong? Anyway, here is Bob's. Oh my God, they used his full name on this. It's not cool.
Our next story is the
leave Bob alone.
Disturbing tale of Robert Rehan, a man who serially requested people
let it slip
on YouTube to send him videos of them shitting.
My name is Bob. I have viewed your...
oh, yeah, there he is. And he most definitely is blind. He's got that blind look about him.
Explosive diarrhea video in McDonald's.
Oh, hold on a second. I want to hear this whole thing. This is good. I'm so glad someone saved this. You know, has an archive of this.
Viewed your explosive diarrhea video in McDonald's. Just curious to know where that was at.
The story begins back in 2009. Robert Rehan, or Bob, was a 52-year-old man who worked at a Detroit, Michigan school for those with special needs. Curiously, Bob actually suffered from a disability of his own, and he was completely blind in both eyes, apparently having to be guided by a seeing eye dog when traversing in public. But it's not Bob's IRL day-to-day activities that we're interested in discussing. It's his online behavior that got him into this video. Using his digits for I've painted...
I just want to hear the Bob clips.
To listen and his proclaim. See Bob of people taking shits.
Yeah.
Hi, I hope you get this video response. The guy that did the shit and gave the description of his
Fuck, YouTube sucks so much, right? Like, they have to bleep out shit. Like, this is the whole fun of Bob.
I would love to talk to him.
This gets 2.6 million views. Me calling him on the phone, setting up a shit appointment with him, that doesn't get anything.
Hear from him. In fact, I would like to get some more videos of him taking a shit.
Bob's been pretty consistent over the past few decades. He knows what he likes.
I'm blind, and I just like this for fun. It's just a fun thing. And
there it is. It's just a fun thing.
Trying to find a friend on YouTube here that would understand and would be willing to share whenever he's got to take a dump.
See, in the early days of YouTube...
All right, I get the idea. Well, I'll provide a link on the show notes today so you can watch the Forgotten Creeps of YouTube. The YouTube channel for this guy is Wavy Web Surf. So he did some good work there. Let's do a couple voicemails now and get the hell out of here. Love to hear from you freaks. Many ways to contact the show at distortedview.com. I'm all over social media at distortedview on Twitter and Instagram, facebook.com/distortedview show. Let's begin with some patrons, of course.
Hey, Tim, it's Tyler. I hope you're well.
Tyler.
Loved the clip about the fat advocates and Jillian Michaels.
Yeah, I guess Jillian Michaels has a lot of kind of controversial opinions. I think she's like totally into what Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is doing, the Maha movement, and like a Trump supporter and everything. But I don't care. She was 100% right in her opinions, I think, and her arguments.
By the way, I want to say you might have just gotten me laid tonight. Because
see what happens when you are a devoted DV listener and Sideshow member. The more money you spend on DV, the sweeter the pussy you get. Ting.
I'm going to have my wife watch that. She's probably the only TV personality that my wife is gay for.
Oh, really?
So I can't wait.
I could see that. Jillian Michaels is pretty well put together.
To show this to her because we love the whole fat debate. My wife is a gym rat and loves Jillian.
Why isn't she sending me her twat shots at 4 Harry Cunt? Let's check her
Michaels. And yeah, she's a big old dyke, but she's totally based. So love you. Bye. Thanks for getting.
Wait, is Jillian Michaels gay? Wait, I guess I don't know that about Jillian Michaels. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Hey, Tim, it's Chaz, the Tandem Stacker here in New York City. Lifetime freak and a regular Patreon contributor. Still on the old site, though. But whatever, that's okay. You mentioned Bespoke Surgical again. Now, this is the second time you've mentioned it on the show.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we featured some of their stuff, right?
First time you mentioned it, I called in and said, hey, those are the guys that do retreads of your butt when you're gay and it's all worn out.
I love that that's a thing now. Could you imagine? Like, that wasn't a surgery 10, 15 years ago, right? This is a new procedure. Retreading your rectum.
Yeah, you heard that right. They do butt retreads.
And I love that term. Like, you couldn't come up with a more perfect descriptive way of putting that.
Yes, but they're really nice guys. They do.
It sounds to me like you've used their services.
Everything from proctology stuff. They fixed my hernias actually, and they're really good with what they do too. So,
did they give you a complimentary rectum retread?
But these,
like, if you spend enough money, will they just throw that in?
These surveys they're doing, this is kind of weird, and I'm wondering why you're getting this information from them, because they're just this obscure little urological...
Well, look, I talked about them on the show. Now you're talking about them. Now everyone who's listening to the show knows what they do. It's word of mouth or word of rectum, I guess.
Place on 13th Street. Not a big, huge thing. So, anyways.
It's just a fun thing, really. Thank you very much, Chaz.
Everybody complains about my long-ass voicemails, but you play a voicemail...
I honestly thought at the beginning of this this was Fred Schneider of the B-52s. Everybody's complaining about my long-ass voicemails. They're as big as a whale,
Everybody complains about my long-ass voicemails, but you play a voicemail all about rainbow ice cream. Oh, rainbow ice cream. Everybody loves it. Chicago. I've never been to Chicago. Okay, Gemini holograms. I'm excited. Tamir, where the fuck has he been? I thought he lives in the woods.
Is this Unicorn Hamster? What is going on with his voice?
What the fuck? He's still around. Love to hear Tamir again.
Yeah, it is. 20 seconds. He got that call under 30. He can do it. And thank you so much for the sponsorship today, Unicorn Hamster. All right, let's do one more call here. Wrap things up on the regular voicemail line.
Hello, Tim. It's Jack, and I wanted to give a little response to your Dave Richards comment from your November show about the Real Talk hard drives. I know at this point I'm just the ancient...
Oh, yeah, this is the guy. This is like the DV historian. He'll message me stuff that he finds online, like from ancient distorted view stuff from like the 90s. He's got some old clip. Like, he really is like an archivist.
Hello?
Idiot, I think is the right word. He's a moron.
Tim, it's Jack, and I wanted to give a little response to your Dave Richards comment from your November...
Dave Richards was the president of the Real Talk Network. He's also an ex-baseball player.
Show about the real...
Now he plays the French horn or something. He's like a musician. One thing he won't do, though, is fucking give me those shows from the hard drives from the old... Maybe Jack can hit him up. He's on Facebook. If you're like, hey, I am obsessed with Distorted View. I need those shows. Offer to pay him money.
Talk hard drives. I know at this point I'm just the ancient DV guy, but hey, I love doing research and finding things that are hard to find. That's what basically fills my day most of the time, and I always get giddy when I end up finding pre-podcast DV episodes and clips. And I must say, yes, it's very hard to find those sometimes. But first of all, on September 25th, 2007, you talked about posting 70 Tell Me shows on the Sideshow, as well as some Real Talk shows. But unfortunately, I cannot find those anywhere on the Sideshow, and I've given up, and I'm deciding to ask you here where I can get on those for some of the Sideshows.
Okay, all right. Look, I will look again to see what I have. I did have a handful. I guess I said back in 2007 I had 70 of them. So if I can find them, I'll repost them. And I know I have some, but 70 seems like an awful lot.
Also, you mentioned about begging Dave Richards to go on his hard drive to get the Real Talk shows. Well, since you've been the only one asking him, that's probably why it's been procrastinating. Could you tell me what his email is, and I could try talking to him?
I can give you his Facebook account.
Maybe a fan of the show asking might motivate him more.
Yeah.
And one last thing.
Here's what you do. You go on there, and you're like, hey, I've been researching Distorted View, and your name is mentioned, and don't say that I gave you his Facebook profile page, but just be like, hey, I looked up your name. Are you the guy? And if so, get those fucking hard drives. I don't know why I'm so into the idea of that. I know if I heard those shows, I would be cringing every second. There's no way I'm going to want to release them, right? Because they're it's 17, 18-year-old Tim Henson. That's going to be horrible.
Could you tell me what his email is, and I could try talking to him? Maybe a fan of the show asking might motivate him more.
Maybe.
And one last thing. Let's spread the word about getting a miscellaneous tab on the website audio player for putting those old pre-podcast episodes in business on the show, not on the show, on that website so people can listen to it easily. That would be the best gift I could ever ask of. I think lots of DV listeners would love to have it out.
Listen, if you can make this happen, if you can actually get Dave Richards off his fucking lazy ass and get those audio, what I would really love is if he could send me just all of the Real Talk audio. I would love to put an entire archive of all the shows, not just Distorted View, because I could do many episodes of DV just commenting on the shitty other shows that were being produced at the time. I was even a guest. Joey and I were a guest on there was a show on the Real Talk Network called Real Talk, and it was hosted by Dave and Woody, this other guy. And when we moved down to Texas, we were a guest on their show, I guess, to get people hyped up about the start of DV. And then there were, I'm not going to get into the whole thing, but yeah, we were a guest on the show. So there's other audio of me and Joey from the Real Talk Network
That's all
days.
I got to say. Have an amazing day, you freak, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
All right, Jack, I will try to get you that information, at least, Dave's Facebook profile, so you can pester him. All right, that is all the time we have on this edition of the show. I want you guys to email me, show@distortedview.com. Distortedview.com is our official website. Voicemail line for you, 206-666-4463. That's 206-660. Oh, God, is it? Oh, God.
Help me!
Spread the distortion, STD. Tell all your friends about the show. Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating, a thumbs up, or like wherever you can rate and review podcasts. Tomorrow's episode is going to be Sideshow exclusive. If you're not yet a member, sign up right now. Otherwise, I'll see you back on Wednesday. Until then, have a great day. Bye, everybody.
Okay, show's over. Show's fucking over! Show's fucking over!
This has been another excellent podcast from the Scribe Media Group. Learn more at scribe.net.